What is up, YouTube? That's here, bringing you guys a super cool VGC 2015 replay going up today against Mage Cat, who is going to be using Thundurus, Scizor, Heatran, and Mega Kangaskhan. Today, I'm going to be using a Landorus, Milotic, Gengar, Metagross. I've been working with the Metagross team for just a little while, and it's always one of my favorite Pokemon, and I actually have not used its Mega form as much as I would have liked this season. So, we're using a team. It has Mega Metagross in it, bunch of my other favorites. We're just going to start things up, get right into it, and hopefully show you guys a really cool battle. So Mage Cat is issuing the challenge. Like I said, he's leading off with Thundurus and Scizor. So Scizor being a Pokemon that we don't actually see that often in VGC 2015. I actually loved it in 2014. I loved it in 2013. I liked it in 2012. But no, 2012 was not that format. 2013 and 2014, I did like Scizor, but not 2012. It was not legal. Anyways, getting back to the game, we're going to see him pop a HP Ice from the Thundurus onto my Landorus. I'm running a big, bulky wall Landorus as we go for a Rock Slide just to try to retaliate some of that damage back. We actually end up getting a critical hit on the Thundurus, but now we're actually going to go back to Scizor. Scizor's a Pokemon that actually hasn't been super popular. Whenever Heatran is actually legal, like it is now, it's really hard to play Scizor just because it has that big 4x weakness to fire. And now that Scizor gets Tailwind, it's actually been seeing a lot more plays as a bulky support. It has Tailwind, it has that Bug Bite, has a Priority Technician, what is it, Bullet Punch. So, I mean, Scizor is not terrible right now, but I think most teams are actually just using Ferrothorn instead. Ferrothorn's kind of the opposite, but it has Thunder Wave for speed control, and I actually think that Ferrothorn's probably better, but it is really cool to see Scizor in this game. Like, it's just a bunch of golden oldies here. We got Scizor and Metagross. I mean, these two are some of my favorite Pokemon. I know a lot of players are big fans of these guys, so really cool to bust out these old favorites in today's game. We're going to see Thundurus go down finally after 2 Ice Beams and a crit Rock Slide, so I think it definitely did its job, as Heatran is going to come in. So Heatran, a great partner to pair Scizor with, you know, definitely can switch in on some of those fire attacks, take away some of that aggro. We're actually going to switch out because I don't want to eat a Heat Wave. I don't know if this Heatran's Scarfed. I actually don't even want to risk it. We're switching out into Lando as we see an Overheat come out, and this is a super fast Overheat, I would say. Well, anyways, it's faster than my Metagross, which is definitely on the more bulky side. I'm running a Metagross that's full HP, bunch in the defenses. It's actually just made to hit things that it's supposed to hit. I know that's kind of weird, but it's made to hit things like a Moongus. It's made to hit things like Sylveon. It's not made to fight Heatran. It can fight Heatran, but only after it Mega Evolves. So that's one of the reasons why I switched out there. Didn't really want to mess with that. Also note that there was still a Tailwind up, so that's why I don't want to mess with Heatran when there's a Tailwind on the board. So Metagross is going to come back out. Remember, there's only one turn of Tailwind. All I got to do is do a double protect. Tailwind will go away at the end of the turn, and then Metagross can try and get its sweep on. So going Mega, gaining that Tough Claws ability. I know you guys have seen me use this thing a little bit in a couple of Nugget Bridge live tournaments, but I thought I was going to use this guy as my number 2 guy all season. I really thought I was going to be that guy that just used Mega Metagross, but it just never panned out. I mean, this actually isn't even Mega Metagross that's mine. It's one of my buddies. I didn't even raise this one, so that's probably why I haven't been using it that much. Who knows? There's still a couple more months left in the season, so we'll see. So Tailwind is going to peter out. We're going to make a really cool play here. We're going to be switching out Milotic, going into Gengar. You guys can expect this pretty obvious play. Going for that EQ. I love packing Earthquake on Metagross, just like the good old days. I have the golden oldie moveset on my Metagross, like Protect, Zen Headbutt, Earthquake, and Meteor Match. I don't even have Iron Head because I'm running such a bulky set. And I know that I can miss with everything other than Earthquake, but I mean, it's so much fun popping a Meteor Mash and getting a proc off it. It's like the best feeling in the world. So he got a second Tailwind up. That's really, really good for him. And he's going to sound his Kangaskhan. So I would say that I've been winning most of this game, but the power play is definitely on my opponent's side of the board right now. Kangaskhan is a Pokemon that has super effective moves on both my Pokemon, and I'm going to have to play pretty smart to try and get around that. So we're going to see Kangaskhan go for Protect, waiting out the first turn of his Tailwind, which is something you don't see very often, but he's doing it to clock the Sash on my Gengar. So Gengar's Sash isn't going to come into play anymore. We're going to go for a Meteor Whiff on that Protect as well, revealing our Meteor Mash. We're then going to see Kangaskhan go for a Sucker Punch, priority Dark move, which is now super effective on Metagross. The Steel no longer resists that Dark attack, so he's going to eat that super effective attack. Gengar's going to drop super low into the red from another Bullet Punch as I get a Will-O-Wisp off on Kang, and getting Will-O-Wisp off on Kang is so big right now, as we also pile it up with a Meteor Mash. Look how cool that move is. I love the animation for that thing. Sadly, we don't get the attack boost, but I mean, whatever, we styled on it. I think Meteor Mash is totally style points, and that's the reason you play Pokemon, is for things like style points. So my Milotic is going to be switching in here. Not really going to be able to do that much. I just don't want to lose my Gengar to a Bullet Punch just yet. If possible, I'd like to be able to send my Gengar out later in the game and force the Scizor to really pick one target to try to attack. So he gets a crit Bullet Punch. Good job for him. I know that guy's been like intimidated like twice though, so Scizor is pretty useless at this point in the game, no matter what its EV spread is. Tailwind is finally going to peter out. We're going to withdraw Metagross because, like I said, we still don't want to eat that Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is no bueno. Going into Gengar, and Gengar being my last Pokemon. We eat the Bullet Punch here. It looks like we were a bit too predictable, but I still feel like I'm incredibly ahead since I have a burn on that Kangaskhan. We're going to see Kangaskhan for that huge stab double edge onto my Milotic. It's going to drop me super low down to 57 HP, but I totally read him like a book. I knew he would attack it, and I recovered anyways. I thought about it, and I was like, I'm already at like half. I was at like a 65%. I was like, I'm just going to recover. If he doesn't attack me, he doesn't attack me. Either way, he's going to take out from burn. So Kangaskhan is going to go down, and I'm pretty sure it's Scizor versus the world now. It's Scizor versus Metagross and Milotic. Not the best situation you could be in, but he's going to be a champ. He's going to go for that Bullet Punch, and he's actually going to get a critical hit, which goes through those Intimidates, but it's not going to be enough, and Metagross is going to be able to close this one out with a stabbed Meteor Mash with the style points for the win. So overall, I would say pretty standard game. Well, the game played out standard. Some of the Pokemon were very standard. You don't see Scizor that often. You don't see Metagross that often. But I had a lot of fun playing this game, and like I said, I want to use a lot more Mega Metagross, so you might see a few more games of me using it. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching this game. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Peace out.